Let's multiply and divide in scientific notation using positive and negative exponents. And I'm going to do two of each of these. One where we're going to leave it in scientific notation and rounding, and one where we're going to change it to a standard form and round, because it makes a difference, right? So anytime we're going to round, we always want to round at the end. So for this particular question, we're going to divide and round our answer to 3 decimal places. Now, if you're dividing scientific notation, our first step is going to be to divide the numbers. So we're just going to focus on 8.32 divided by 4.172. And when I plug that into my calculator, I get 1.994247363. And this goes on and on and on, but that's as far as my calculator goes. Great, so that's the first part of this. And then we know we have our multiplication sign because we're in scientific notation. And now we divide the second pieces. Remember, if we are dividing the same base, we subtract our exponents. So our base stays the same, and I take my exponent in the numerator, and I subtract the exponent in the denominator. We add the opposite. So negative 3 plus negative 8 gives me 10 to the negative 11th. So thinking through this, is this still in scientific notation? Well, in this case, yes, because we're between 1 and 10, so that's good. So I'm ready to round to 3 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3. I look at the 2. 2 is less than 5, so I round down. So my final answer is 1.994 times 10 to the negative 11th. Done. Now let's divide, and let's change it to standard form, round to 2 decimal places. Same process. We divide the first 2 numbers, 0.79182568. Great. Times, same process, 10 to the 5 minus 3, which is 10 squared. Okay. Change it to standard form. Times 10 to the second means move my decimal point 2 places to the right. So I'm here, and I go 1, 2. So my answer is 79.182568. Now that I'm in standard form, now I round to 2 decimal places. 1, 2, I look at the 2. 2 tells me to round down. Final answer, 79.18. So you do the entire problem, then you round. Now let's multiply. So again, we're going to start by keeping our answer in scientific notation, rounding at the end. Same process. Multiplication is commutative, so I can multiply in any order. So I'm going to multiply my 2 numbers that are not the exponents. So 4.82 times 7.12, and I get a beautiful answer of 34.3184 times, thinking about our exponential rules. If I have the same base and I'm multiplying, that means I add the exponent. Base stays the same. Exponent plus exponent. And 3 plus negative 7 is negative 4. So that gives me 10 to the negative 4th. Now that I'm done, I want to leave this in scientific notation. Is 34.3184 in scientific notation? No, because 34 is greater than 10. So think about this. If I just take this number and change just this number to scientific notation, I'm moving it one place, 3.43184 times 10 to the first, right? It's positive because this is a large number, bigger than 10, and I only moved it one place, so I have an exponent of 1. And then I still have times 10 to the negative 4th. So now when I put these together, same idea. I'm multiplying, so I add my exponents, and 1 plus negative 4 is negative 3. So now I have 3.43184 times 10 to the negative 3rd. Now I'm at least in scientific notation. Now I'm ready to round to 2 places. 1, 2. 1 tells me to round down. So final answer, 3.43 times 10 to the negative 3rd. Last one. We're going to write our answer in standard form to 4 decimal places. We're multiplying. So we start with the non-exponential numbers. 3.128 times 9.27 gives me 28.99656. Then we go to our exponentials. Base stays the same. I'm multiplying, so I add the exponents. So negative 8 plus 4 gives me negative 4. And I want to change this to standard form. My exponent of negative 4 says make the number smaller. So I'm going to take the exponent and move it left 4 places. These humps are empty, so they have zeros. So my new number is 0.002899656. Directions say round to 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. This 9 tells me to round up. So 0.0029, final answer. So hopefully that helps kind of explain a little bit more of multiplying and dividing in scientific notation.